So in the UK, as I speak right now, there is actually no lockdown, so to speak, like in France and Italy and Spain and in parts of America and other places, which sadly means that there is probably an imminent full lockdown gonna happen in the UK. So if you don't know, this workshop is about a mile away from my house. It is a shared workshop and people live closer and they're coming in and out, but we're keeping our distance well away from each other. You know, I'm in a little bit of a tricky situation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm basically transplanting pretty much everything, because I am actually moving within the next month. I'm actually gonna transplant pretty much everything to my 1-bedroom basement flat that I live with my girlfriend in. Yeah, lucky her. Also, a little bit of sunlight isn't gonna hurt, is it? Anyway, over to the quarantine station. So yeah, here we are. We're in the back garden of my flat. I've already taken up the whole of the hallway with a load of junk and stuff, and this right here is what I'm probably going to be moving into for the foreseeable future. So it's a basement flat, as you can see, and there's the kitchen, and in the back of the garden, which is this bit, there is a cave thing. And yeah, it's quite strange. I think it used to be for where like laundry was being done and stuff, but we'll have a look in here. I've already cleared it out quite a bit, so it looks quite clean already. Watery bit there, but as long as we keep the ventilation up in here, should be fine. But there's already electricity. The new place, as you can hear, it sounds reverby as anything. I've got to sort that out, figure it out. There's even a very old fireplace. Lovely jubbly, gotta get that a clean. And there's even a wash basin. This will be fine, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the first thing that I need to do is put a door on this thing and work out like some sort of ventilation stuff. I've just put up some batons that are going to hold the panels in place, because I had them sitting around. I'm trying not to spend any money to do this. Sorry, I missed a few steps there, but as you can see, it's nearly done. Somebody was chucking out this Celtex boarding, so I've attempted to do some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of soundproofing on it. It's not perfect by any means, but I'm gonna be able to lock it up. It's now it's in here all alone. As the weeks progress, depending how long the weeks will be, it's going to get more and more sealed. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to be pretty snazzy. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do some cleaning and catch me back when this is maybe full of stuff. Maybe, we don't know. It's now Saturday and it's been a few days since I actually did it, and you know, I've been working in it for a few days, and yeah, it's pretty good. I can safely say it definitely works for a temporary measure. Anyway, let's have a quick peek. We've got a nice doorway. I'm still making it more secure as we go, but I literally sleep there. That's where my head is. So, and I'm not leaving home much, so it's, you know, much of a thing. But anyway, let's have a look. Nice and painted, matching. But oh, let's get inside. Holy moly, look at that. It actually looks like a workable space. Anyway, let's get in and have a look. Welcome to my crib. Let's lock it up. Oh yeah! So yeah, as you can see, it's quite a tight space, but all of the space has been allocated quite wisely, apart from a little damp patch over there, but we won't talk about that. Hopefully this will only be 3 weeks, so there may start to be some sort of problems. It is below the ground, however, I have lived in this flat for about a year and there's been no sign of flooding in here, so fingers crossed on that. So this first portion is kind of reserved for all of the building and stuff. I've got all of my electronics and test equipment and stuff bought from the other studio, whilst everything else is actually piled up in the living room. But shh, it's got all your modern conveniences like light, heat. Actually, talking about heat, you may know my other workshop is absolutely freezing. It's basically a garage. It's got a garage ceiling. There's hardly any insulation. I should have probably, in hindsight, made an effort to make it more insulated, but I didn't. And it was like living in the tundra, just outside working in the tundra. My fingers were so cold. But this concrete arch actually seems to retain the heat really well, and like when I've been working in here the last few days, I've had the heating on a little bit and it's been nice and toasty. It's a bit cold right now because I haven't actually started working in here today, but it's pretty awesome. And talking about the bedroom, I'm feeling quite good about security here because I sleep about 2 meters that way. I've got a couple of cameras set up and I'm constantly kind of building up the door to make it a lot more structurally solid. Anyway, let's carry on the tour. So this right here is the studio part of the place. As you can see, we literally moved about a meter this way and it's fine. I did try the fireplace at the back. However, I think it's because it hasn't got the arched bit at the top. It just smokes up the whole room and it all smelt like a Viking building for a day. So I'm not going to light the fire anymore, sadly. As you can hear, the sound is dramatically improved. Now I've put a load of stuff inside here. I have got a few sound deadening points here and there, but it's actually, it doesn't sound that bad. It's probably one of the best sounding places I've ever really worked in, to be honest. And there's plenty of space to do live streams, make music, work on doing online songwriting sessions and things like that, which is what I'm doing at the minute. It's quite strange indeed. But yeah, for the foreseeable future, I will be doing live streams and stuff like that in here, in this space. I'm going to be getting a few more coloured lights from the studio when I run over there again, because I can still go there for work purposes. It's just I'm trying to keep it to a minimum right now, and you never know, it might get a lot more strict as the time goes on. There is, however, one downside. The drain goes straight through underneath here, and there's actually a plug hole right here. So every time there's water going down in the sink in the kitchen, you get a little whiff coming up here. It's not the nicest, but apart from that, I can't complain. I'm quite happy with this. You know, I'm starting to like the work from home lifestyle, especially in this sort of compact space. It's not that bad. I can see myself getting sick of it very quickly, but for now, it's adequate for my needs. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video. Like, you've seen what I've done with the studio. As you can see, I've tried to make as much of this space as possible, and about a week ago, it was just dead space. There is also a cave like this at the front door of the basement flat. However, it is a bit more damp in there, but I've also sorted that out and cleaned that out and allocated that as my storage space and stuff. And the living room, I'm going to be filling up with a few more bits and bobs. I'm just going to be yeah, slowly moving over here to get in for the long haul, for the nuclear winter. And like I said, I am actually in the process of moving to another studio at the minute, so I'm not that fussed about pulling everything out because I was pulling it all out anyway. But anyway, I'll play you out with a little highlight from last week's Patreon live stream. I'm going to be doing these more often, and I'll probably be doing one within the next few days in this space. So if you're interested in hearing some live, improvised, crazy synthesizer music, we'll definitely go and check out my Patreon, because needless to say, it does support some of the projects that I have coming up, and I am still working on some of the big projects. It's just going to be a little bit more logistically challenging. We shall see. But anyway, I'm going to play you out with some of the live stream highlights.